For those who survived the Atlantic crossing, the voyage was only the beginning. After arriving in Spanish colonies such as Hispaniola, enslaved Africans were taken from the ships and sold. Families who had already endured capture, separation, and the dangerous ocean crossing now faced another uncertainty, the possibility of being separated again through public sales. Many were forced into gold mining operations. Others worked clearing forests, building settlements, caring for livestock, or cultivating the first sugar fields that would later become one of the world's most profitable industries. The Portuguese also began transporting enslaved Africans directly to early settlements in Brazil. Although Brazil's plantation economy was still developing, these early voyages established a transportation network that would expand dramatically during the following decades. The number of people transported during the 1520s remained much smaller than in later centuries, yet historians recognize this decade as the period when direct transatlantic slave voyages became an established part of European colonial expansion. In 1526, Spain attempted to establish a colony known as San Miguel de Gualdape near the present-day Georgia and South Carolina coast. The expedition included hundreds of Spanish settlers. Historical accounts also indicate that enslaved Africans were among those brought to the settlement. Life quickly became difficult. Food shortages, disease, poor planning, and conflict weakened the colony almost immediately. During this turmoil, enslaved Africans seized an opportunity. Historical records indicate that some revolted, escaped, and joined nearby indigenous communities. The settlement soon collapsed. Although historians continue to study many details surrounding San Miguel de Gualdape, it remains significant because it includes one of the earliest documented revolts by enslaved Africans in the territory that would later become the United States. The 1520s did not witness the largest number of enslaved Africans transported across the Atlantic. Those numbers would grow much larger in later centuries. However, historians often describe this decade as a turning point. By the end of the 1520s, Portugal had strengthened its trading network along the African coast. Sao Tome had become a major shipping center. Direct Atlantic voyages had become increasingly organized. Spain relied upon these voyages to supply labor for its growing colonies. The economic system connecting Europe, Africa, and the Americas had begun taking permanent shape. What started during this decade would continue expanding for generations, ultimately affecting millions of lives across the Atlantic world. The story of the 1520s is not simply about trade routes or colonies or ships crossing an ocean. It is the story of decisions made by governments, merchants, and colonial officials that transformed human beings into commodities within an expanding economic system. Understanding this history helps us better understand the world that followed. In our next documentary, we will continue exploring the Negro timeline series as the historical record unfolds one timeline period at a time. Watch every part of the Negro timeline series on YouTube. Historical citations, references, and supporting sources for this documentary are available on the Negro Ancestors History website. Visit the Negro Ancestors History website for documented Negro history, educational resources, historical content, research citations, community updates, and cash giveaways. Follow at Who Do You Boycott Today If you found this documentary informative, please subscribe, like, share, and leave a comment. Your support helps independent educational creators continue producing carefully researched historical documentaries for future generations. Thank you for watching.